It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today we're going to be talking about Master Mode 1-11. So the team here specifically is going to be Oyster Cookie, Cotton Cookie, Eclair, Pumpkin Pie, Pomegranate Cookie. This is one of the few stages that I don't recommend going auto on unless you're absolutely sure you're going to be able to take on the Crowned Cookie Cake Hound, because this little creature can one-shot every single cookie if you allow him to get close enough, but he has a slow attack speed, so you gotta just time everything correctly and get it so that all of your summon bodies are in his path, so that when he attacks, he's attacking that and not your cookies. So the setup here is going to be cooldown, cooldown, attack, cooldown, cooldown. You want your skills going off as quick as possible so that you have control and you have the ability to keep up with the battle even on non-auto speed. So we'll go through auto to start, just to get through the first points. And then once we get up to the second wave, then we will take auto off. And from here, we're going to slow it down so that we're activating things as we need them, because we want everything to be set up and ready for that Crowned Cake Hound so that we're not having issues when we get to that point. And don't forget to heal along the way, because that is an important thing so that your cookies don't die. So here we're just going to save Oyster past this wave because we should not need it for this section. That way we have the enemies in front for when the Crown Cookie comes. Because that one shot, if you want a 3-star, you got to get past that one shot ability. And that's really the tough point of this stage. So here we go. We set it up so that those bodies are in front, taking the hits from the Cake Hound. And we want to get new sheep going so that he can't one-shot our cookies. Get some new oyster minions up. And we're also getting our attack damage up by running everyone to then do that. So that's the specific way to 3-star this round. If you run it on auto, you can still beat it with this same team, but you're going to run like a 1-star or a 2-star. So specifically what's happening here, if you don't have oyster, I would at least get snow sugar put in there if you do have snow sugar. If not, get licorice put in there. You need bodies. Like, you literally need just bodies to be put up there to be fodder against that Cake Hound, the Crowned Cake Hound. Otherwise, he is going to one-shot every cookie that you put in front of him. And so that's the biggest reason this is the team setup. Now, granted, this team is being used through a decent amount of Master Mode because extra bodies gives extra potential in most stages. Not every stage is going to be able to be done with the Summoner team, unless it's like a variation of them. So do keep that in mind. But if you're wondering why we skipped from 1-3 to 1-11, is that most of the team fights that you're going to be running up in Master Mode Episode 1, you can use the Summoner team for. Whether it be the exact Summoner team or just a variation of it too. And don't forget that all of the bonds and everything are deactivated in this mode, so we're all on the same playing field as far as that goes. Really, the two main things that you can increase to help ease your gameplay in this mode is your toppings and your treasures. Your cookies are specifically set at a very set level, at a very set promotion that you can max get them to, and a very set skill level 2, so that you can't really get around that point. All you can alter is the team setup, the treasures, and the toppings. Because remember, the core of the game itself is actually the team management, because you can put treasures and toppings on any cookie and just try to run it. But if you don't have good team synergy, that's where you really start to fall apart. And so that's what the synergy is here, is putting those bodies in the front, getting the attack boosts from Eclair and Pomegranate, having attack power boosted on the summon units from Pumpkin Pie, and having the bodies and the stun fodder from Oyster and Cotton. So that's the real reason this team is the setup for this round and why it works. But yet again, I just don't really recommend it on auto unless you just don't care about 3-starring it. If you don't care about 3-starring it, you should be able to beat it. It'll be tight. You'll probably be down to only Cotton and Oyster because of the way it's set up. But if you want to beat it, take it off auto, run through that setup. Make sure you have at least Oyster ready for that endpoint so that you have the bodies in front that have enough time. And then go into them and take them down. I'd love to hear your feedback if you have any on this video. If you have a specific team that you use that wasn't a summoner team that worked for this, I'd love to see it. It would be really cool. My assumption would be a knockback kind of team, so that way you're pushing the Cake Hound out of range of attack every time. That would be my best guess. But as far as I remember, Clouded Cream is immune for doing the cage on bosses, so I'm not sure if that would apply to the Cake Hound here, because you could use the cage to push back, but that would be my only thought out of the bat. Either way, I would love your feedback, and I appreciate all of your time, and I do hope this helps you. Either way, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for all of your support.